Hands down the greatest documentary that I have ever watched in my entire life. Welcome back to the Voiceovers Podcast. I'm 24K Logan, and today I'm going to be reviewing Dear Mama. So I know y'all used to my brother being with me. He's going to be back soon. In the meantime, we just wanted to keep getting the content out there. And as a die-hard Tupac fan, I had to make this video. First off, I want to say shout out to Allen Hughes. You did a hell of a job of directing this documentary, and you are one of my biggest inspirations if you're watching this, and this was just amazing. I'm mind blown. This documentary literally covered everything that you would have wanted to see when it comes to Afeni Shakur's story and Tupac's story. They do a great job of telling the beginning of Tupac's story, going back to his birth up until the time of his sadly untimely passing. They also do the same for Afeni Shakur. You see interviews of his family members. You see people that he worked with like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Mike Tyson, all sorts of people that played a big role and a big part of his life and that knew him on a very personal basis, obviously. The thing that I like the most about this documentary is the pacing and the balance of telling his mother's story and telling his story as well. They show you why Tupac might have carried himself a certain way, why he felt so passionate about certain things, the events that he went through going back to his childhood and all throughout his adulthood. I mean, they cover things from the rape allegations to the Quad Studios shooting to his time in prison. So many controversial moments in his life. And as a Tupac fan, Allen Hughes, you did Tupac and his mother great justice. Overall, like I said, I give this documentary a 10 out of 10. This documentary was very inspirational, very motivational, and it's a story of not just Tupac and his mother. It's a piece of history. They go in depth talking about things like the Black Panther Party, racism in America, and just everything that Tupac was around growing up and everything that influenced him and made him the man that we all know him as today. And his mother played a huge part in why he became such this cultural, iconic warrior, martyr, not just rapper, activist. Obviously, as you can tell by the shirt, and for those of y'all who know me personally, you know I'm a diehard Tupac fan, and I annoy the hell out of some of y'all with it. Even more importantly, it showed you why Tupac might have carried himself a certain way, why some people, misjudged him, and how his mother played a big part in him becoming the icon that we know him as today. I learned some things about Tupac that I didn't know. This might sound kind of crazy. I had no idea that he had 400 songs left after he had passed away. And that's not exaggerating. That was something that was said in the documentary, that he had 400 songs left over after he passed away. There is no flaws in this documentary for me. This is one of those rare situations where I truly believe that it was a 10 out of 10, 100% great from start to finish. There was not 1 ounce of drop off. If anything, it got better and better each and every episode. It did a great job of pulling at your heartstrings. It was emotional. It had funny moments. It had motivational moments, inspirational moments. The ending was very chilling. I was literally getting teary-eyed. For those of you that have watched it, you know what I'm talking about. The ending speech and the ending song and how they transitioned into Until the End of Time at the very end during the end credits. Allen Hughes did a great job directing this. I know there were people who felt skeptical about him directing it because of the past the past issues that happened between him and Pac during the filming of Menace to Society. But all the people who, doubted him, all the people who said that Allen Hughes could make him look bad, squash all that, bro. Allen Hughes, great respect to Tupac and his mother. And this documentary also showed, to me, it showed why he is the greatest rapper of all time. I think that with this documentary, it just shows more proof that he was more than just a rapper. He was an activist. He was a martyr. He was a warrior. He was a force to be reckoned with, not just for the black community, but for people worldwide. I mean, Mike Tyson said in the documentary, he goes to places like Russia. He sees murals of him. People are asking him, what was Tupac like? What was Tupac like? So that goes to show his greatness and his longevity. And for those of you who know me personally, you know that I believe that Tupac is the greatest rapper of all time. So this documentary will show more proof or more reason for why I believe that. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm going to wrap this up here. More content will be on the way soon. Guys, if you have not seen this documentary, please go watch it. I am not exaggerating when I say that this is the greatest documentary that I have watched in my entire life. Peace and love to everybody.